This is John Cena. Smash the like button if you believe that storylines in pro wrestling is far more important than the actual match.
I heard that Tony Khan, man, he said something very, very weird to his roster. He said that there's no such thing as long-term booking. He said it's about week to week now. And I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? Because if I was on your roster, I would say you are crazy and I wouldn't take you seriously as my boss if you were to tell me that. Because it's all about long-term booking. Long-term booking keeps people watching. You need more long-term storytelling. That's what professional wrestling's all about. Look at the Attitude Era. It was about long-term booking. Same thing with the Ruthless Aggression Era. It was about long-term booking. You need a long-term story to keep people hooked, because eventually people will get bored about seeing match after match after match. You need storylines. That's how characters get over, by captivating storylines. That's why Cody Rhodes got over. He was always involved in great storylines in the World Wrestling Federation since he's been back. Now, is this his new formula? Because in the past, Con Man was long-term booking. For example, Max and Adam Coleslaw, that was long-term booking. Let's talk about Adam Page and Swerve Scott. That's called long-term booking. So why would you say there's no such thing as long-term booking if you did it in the past? For example, Adam Page and Omega, that's called long-term booking. Max and Wardlow, that was also long-term booking. So why would you tell your roster that there's no such thing as long-term booking? Because if that is your new mindset, you will never reach 1 million. You will never reach 900,000K. Hell, you ain't gonna reach 800,000K if that is your mindset, because that's gonna drive away viewers. Because right now, your love for small men, that is destroying your company. Nobody wants to see small men in over-the-top storylines. We want to see larger-than-life characters. Chris Jericho is a big-time star. Max is also a big-time star. And guess what? Chris Jericho, his current feud is with Orange Cassidy, a small man. Now, let's talk about Max. His last feud was with Garcia, a small man. That does not compare to a Max. If we are playing a visual game, he should not be in a ring with Max. So you want to push small men, and you are wondering why Miro wants out, right? You are wondering why Miro does not want to be there anymore. Because instead, you want to book Cassidy and Jericho. Okay, why not book a Miro and Jericho? I think that would be very, very interesting. Why not book a Max versus Miro? Why can't Miro be in a blood feud? What makes you think we want to see 5'8" Max going against a guy that is small just like him? You can't make that make sense. Every top feud in this company, it's around small men. It's either a small man versus a average size man, but it's never a monster like a Hobbs or a Wardlow or a Cage. Those guys are never in big time feuds. That's what I've noticed. Con Man gives two shits about big men, because big men in this company, they are never in over the top heated feuds. They are booked as job guys. But with small men, man, he puts his favorite small men in over the top big time storylines. For example, Wheeler Useless. You think we care about which side Wheeler Useless is on? You think we care about, oh, is he on Daniel Bryan's side or is he on the BBC side? Nigga, we don't care. Why are you forcing your audience to care about this charisma vacuum cleaner in Wheeler Useless? But you got Miro, he wants out. Wardlow, he wants out. That is a weird pattern that you are not trying to take seriously. What is your fascination over small men who wrestle good? That's all he cares about. He don't want to make money. He don't want to make that young moolah, baby. Because Miro was my favorite guy on the show. When he was pushed, Miro was my favorite guy to watch because he had a great gimmick, the Redeemer. I was trying to find out what the fuck is a Redeemer. That was very interesting, but I don't know why he said, you know what, fuck Miro, he's boring. It just makes no sense. Every time we watch Dynamite, we always see big guys jobbing out to small men. Just look at this whole entire show. This show is built around pushing small men. Now let's talk about this long-term booking. Because every story that you see on Dynamite, it's about a small man. Either Darby Allin, fucking Will Useless, Orange Cassidy, Hook. All these small men, they are pushed like they are Brock Lesnar. They are pushed like they are Orton. They are pushed like they are Dave Bautista. They are pushed like they are John Cena. That's the part that I don't get. Let's talk about long-term booking in the World Wrestling Federation. How about Trick Williams and Melo? That's called long-term booking. What about Cody Rhodes and Roman? Case in point, their last promo at Georgia Tech. Remember, Cody Rhodes said, "You will be a chief without a tribe." He said that damn near 2 years ago. And he told Roman that last night. That's called long-term booking. Because yes, right now, Roman is a chief without a tribe. That's what Cody Rhodes told him 2 years ago. He told him that was going to happen. That's called long-term booking 101. That is a prime example. Let's talk about Santos Escobar and Rey Mysterio. That's called long-term booking. What about Theory and Grayson Waller? Eventually, Theory is going to turn on Waller, and he is going to become a good guy. I was so hyped up when Starks was teaming up with Big Cass because I thought, okay, Big Cass is going to turn on Starks, and he is going to be the next Diesel. That's what I thought. But this company has no clue about what it's doing. Because what was the point of teaming up Starks with Big Cass if you broke up Cass and Starks, and now Big Cass is the lackey for Chris Jericho? Yes, it is called a Jericho Vortex. Nobody recovers. Nobody recovers teaming up with Chris Jericho. He's a vampire, okay? Chris Jericho is a leech, a vampire. Nobody recovers. Ask Jack Swagger. Ask Santana and Ortiz. Nobody recovers. Ask Garcia. Ask his last faction, the Jericho Appreciation Society. What happened to Super Thick Anna Jay? He does nothing for nobody. And you want to pair up Big Cass with him? You want to pair up Big Cass with a goddamn vampire? Nobody gets over with Jericho. He gives you no rub. So that's what I mean about, yes, Con Man, he no longer believes in long-term booking. Because where is the explanation on why Big Cass is no longer with Starks? Is Starks no longer with the goddamn company? We need answers. Where the fuck is he? For the past 2 years, we knew Finn Balor was sick and tired of Dane Priest being a cocky ass dude. We knew that was going to happen. Just like dirty ass Dominic, we knew eventually he was going to turn on Rhea Ripley and side with sexy ass Liv Morgan. That was 2 years in the making. So yes, bitch, long-term booking is very important. Who wants to see short-term booking? That means you were not a fan of fake pro wrestling. You are smart. That is a smart mark narrative where you care more about the match than trying to tell a long-term story. What about Timeless, Big Booty, Toni Storm, and Miss May? That was a great storyline. He wants to go by week basis. I'm like, wow, man. You are trying to figure out why your company has low ratings every week. Because that's not what people want to see. Look at Roman and Sikoa. For example, I think last year, 2 years ago, Roman laughed at the thought of Sikoa becoming the new tribal chief. He laughed at that. Now, look where he's at. Sami Zayn and Jey Uso. There was a point in time where Jey did not like Sami Zayn. And now, look where they're at. That's called long-term booking. Who knew that Sammy and Jay would be best friends 2 years later. Who saw that coming? Because there was a point in time where Jay did not want Sami Zayn in the motherfucking bloodline. Also, about 4 months ago, I saw Randy Orton staring at the WWE World Championship that Cody Rhodes was holding. Because we all know it's coming. Eventually, Randy Orton is going to turn on Cody Rhodes. It's just a matter of when, not if. It's a matter of when. Yes, eventually, Randy Orton is going to whoop Cody Rhodes' ass. Maybe by next summer. The main reason on why the World Wrestling Federation is hot is because people are hooked on the long-term booking. Look at Dirty Ass Dominic, Liv Morgan, Rhea, Finn Balor, fucking Dane Priest. That's called long-term storytelling. That's why people are watching. Look at Drew Mac, the Mac Daddy, CM Junk, long-term booking. Eventually, we are going to get Seth Rollins and CM Junk. Eventually, maybe by next year. Just look at Rocky Maivia and Roman Reigns. We all know those guys are going to wrestle each other. It's just a matter of when. When will those guys wrestle? Because at the last WrestleMania, there's footage of Roman being pissed off at Rocky Maivia after he got beaten by Cody Rhodes. That's called a seed that was planted. Now, who's in charge of the new bloodline? Because I think it's Rocky Maivia. I think Rocky Maivia is the secret mastermind behind this new bloodline. Because he's a boss now, right? He's on the board. Okay, who gave the okay to sign Fatu? Who gave the okay to sign G.O.D.? I think it was Rocky Maivia. I think he is the mastermind behind the new motherfucking bloodline. Once again, Tony Khan, man, that's called long-term booking. Because now when he comes back, we are going to wonder, okay, which side is he on? Is he on Reigns' side? Or is he on Sikoa's side? Nobody knows. But that's why people are watching. Listen, all I'm saying is I want all Elite Wrestling to be legit competition. But it's not going to happen. Because their boss is a fanboy of fake pro wrestling. He is not a businessman. He don't care about making money. All he cares about is trying to book for the sickos, which is the smarks. Let's be real. When he says the sickos, he is saying I book for the fucking smarks. That's what he means. Those are the sickos. Sickos who don't care about storylines. They care about fake pro wrestling. They care about pushing small men. They care about making tons of excuses on why con man should not push big men like a Big Cass, like Wardlow, Hobbs, Miro, etc. And no, bitch, Samoa Joe don't count. He's fat. We are talking about bodybuilders, not fat men.